When it's funny before the show even starts. Welcome everybody to Panfish Nation. Along with Mark, I'm Lyle. Hope that discussion didn't get carried away, but
I don't know.
Funny all the same. It's still funny.
It's real life. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing great. How are you, Mark?
I'm doing fantastic. Look at this. I got a notification. It said Panfish Nation started. I better get in there. The natives, I saw them. They were getting restless out there. They got tired of waiting on us.
That's exactly right. But, we try to be respectful to my buddy Shad and your brother to not step on him when he's live. It's not like we can't wait a few minutes to let him finish up what he's doing. He's making fun of Lee and Freddie. And it was cute, so you got to let them go. But, Mark, guess what?
What do you got for me, bud?
We are 5 subscribers away from 800. As we started the show tonight, 5 subscribers. I would love to see those 5 subscribers during the show. I think that would be amazing, and that just means that we're 200 from the 1,000 that we need. We've already got the watch time hour, so that's where we're at. I'm excited about that.
You must be looking at studio, and they haven't counted them yet on the count. I'm seeing 793 here, but that doesn't mean that you're not right, because studio sometimes or the actual screen takes a while to catch up compared to studio. So
mine,
folks, let's get them.
Mine on the show on YouTube shows 790, but before the show started, it said 795. Awesome. Unless some people dropped out, so. In fact, I have it up on another channel. It says on analytics for this channel, 795. But regardless, 5 or 8 makes no difference. If we could get them, that would just be awesome. And like I say, that'll put us 200 away from the 1,000. And then we get the special deals that everybody's looked for through YouTube. And that means a lot. So thank you guys. All 800 of you are close to it. Thank you so much for subscribing to us. We've worked hard for you. I hope that we're doing a good job. Speaking of that, what do you say we go through the chat and welcome a few people into the show, Mark?
I'd love to. All right, I see Annette Morgan in the house. What's up, Annette? Betty's watching. Hello, Betty. How you doing, sister? A couple crosses fishing. Big Skip Fishing's in the house. Brian B. Catfishing. Chucky Morgan, there's the great Cindy Stokes, Crappie Day Fish On, Creole Catfishing, Dan Thomas. There's Danny Stone Outdoors. What's up, Danny? I see David Smith in the house. Dennis Graham, Crappie Time. What's going on, Dennis? Derek Bowl, I believe that is, right? Yep, Bowl and Net Boy Bowl. I see Don R. We had a fun time with Don on his very first live this week. That was cool, Don. Hopefully that went.
Sure did.
Hopefully that was as much fun for Don as it was for us. Fat Boy Eric fishing in the house, fishing in freedom. What's up, Richard? Fishing with Squirrel, fishing for Whiskers, fishing with JBT, Freddie's Outdoor Adventures. Good job today, Freddie. Freddie was the best angler on screen today on the bait shop.
And it's his birthday.
It is his birthday. Not only did he advance to round 3, the elite round, it's his birthday. Happy birthday, Pooh Bear. Freddie. Bumping Mike Greenwell. What's going on, Mike? How you doing, bud? Half Century Catfishing. James Kirkpatrick. Jeremy's Tournament Cats. Good job on the dock last night. Jimmy Graham. Joe Buck 66. John Patrick. He's always got something to say about us.
He does.
Isn't he older than us, Lyle?
Pretty close, I think.
Okay, I just
want to win.
Justin's fishing fetish. What's up, Justin? Justin's on time today. I'm impressed, Justin. Way to go, buddy. Lance McCoo guy, Linda Cox. How you doing, Linda? Mike Irvin, Mike Sampy. What's up, Sampy? How you doing? Mindy Hogan in the house. Patriot Catfishers of America. What's up, James? Pontoon Jody in the house. Quiet Man Curtis. Real Gals Fish the Mississippi. Hello, Stephanie. I see Sean Lee in the house. There's Sandy from Silver Fox Fishing. I think Sandy won twice today. I could be wrong, but I do remember seeing her win something today on Lee's chat. There's Super Dave 336. What's going on? The Catfish Queen, Tara Blackburn. I gotta really be careful when I say that. Us Northerners say that different. We got there's Teardor Arco. What's up, Al? Matt over at Want to Be Outdoors. How you doing, bud? Whisker Dreams. What's up, buddy? Whiskers and Stripes. Let's see if anybody came in. Big Bill's Veterans Catfishing. What's going on, Bill? So, that Brian BS. We got a Cat Life Outdoors in the house.
Kimber Nett has joined us.
Hello, Kim. Crappie Day Fish On has joined us.
Mindy Hogan.
I said Mindy Hogan. That's an important.
Excuse me.
I say.
I must have missed it.
That's okay. I won't let you know if I said it or not. Half Century Catfish, and I think I got Joe Buck 66. They keep stacking in here.
That's what
Lyle started the show off for those of you who just got here, asking, or actually was hoping that he was going to get enough subs to hit that 800 subscriber mark today. So if you would be kind enough, share this out, tell your friends, do whatever you can, and let's see if we can't get that to 800 by the end of the show. It'd be really cool.
That would be great. Tim Donna has joined us.
How you doing, Tim?
I know that you said James Kirkpatrick, I think.
I did.
But I haven't seen Lizabella in here. I hope that she's made it.
There's Stan.
Susquehanna Stan. Yeah, that's hard to say.
922 Crappie BQ.
Don R says he picked up 36 subs yesterday, thanks to Lyle and Mark. And Don, that is an amazing number. I'm so happy for you and glad that we could help out with that in any way we could.
I'm happy to hear that, Don. I can't wait to see a fish on that Missouri River way up north.
Oh, yeah. It's a different deal up there. It's a lot more clear water. It's not as unruly. And from what I've not fished up there, but from what guys have told me, that it's full of walleye and crappie and, all kinds of stuff like that. And we have that stuff down here in bass and everything else. But a lot of people don't fish for them, and they're hard to target because the river is so big on our end of the river.
There is I forget what lock it is. I want to say Pool 2 maybe, where there's a barge up there that we keep threatening of going out and fishing. I think it's in Genoa, Wisconsin. I forget the name of it, but they show a lot of pictures of a lot of big pike, flathead, walleye, a lot of perch. Them guys do pretty good up there on that Mississippi River, way up north.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different. I think it's a little shallower up there too. The water isn't as doesn't swing as much just because there isn't as much real estate north of it to collect water.
Correct. Chucky Morgan. I would love to go up there and fish, but it'd have to be a special deal like Mendota for me to make that trip with Joe Biden gas prices. I just at $4 a gallon, it's really hard to plan.
$4.89 for diesel today. You're out of your mind.
But you know what I mean. It's hard to plan a trip and say, okay, in such and such month, we're going to go somewhere, because you don't know whether it's going to be $4 a gallon or if it's going to be $6 or $7. And when it gets to be much more than what it is now, in fact, right now, I think a lot of people are second guessing some of their trips they had planned. And if it gets to be more than that, I think a lot more of them are going to start rethinking things. I
hit Wisconsin River last week, and that trip back and forth cost me probably $140. And that's a 2 hour and 15-minute ride for me. That's it.
We was worried about you, Lizabella. Thank you for joining us tonight. I didn't think she had made it in yet.
He really was. There's fishing with Squirrel. I bet you he's going to try and get on a crappie size matters tournament.
Come on. Patriot James, welcome, my friend. There's Frank with Twisted Fishing TV.
The places I can go with that I'm gonna not though. Frank over at Twisted Fishing. What's going on, Frank? Mr. Gadget's in here.
Dang it. JBT says, yeah, I bought me a pop-up tent because with these prices, my butt's going to be doing overnight trips this year. That's one way to take care of it. spend the night. And I might be a little past that. I'm not sure I want to do any camping.
Yeah, I'm not camping anymore. I went through that last year.
Yeah,
Done.
my camping pretty much is in a hotel room.
And I don't even like hotels that much. The last hotel I was in,
Either.
it was pretty darn stink. I was not happy with the room.
Yeah.
Damn it, that's it right there. Alan knows exactly the one I'm talking about.
Yeah. That
Be
sounds
there
like
or be square.
Sounds like a fun trip.
We actually had a house rented up there.
Go ahead.
Oh, I said we had a house rented up there that we had to back out of because some people couldn't make the trip, Alan.
Yeah.
So we had planned a trip up that way to spend a weekend fishing up there.
Maybe another time we'll get it all planned out.
Hope so.
Michelle says she's driving and listening. Thank you so much. David Smith joined us.
Look at this. Matt is right again. He says, Mark, you don't want to go camping. No, I don't. I don't mind camping. If I can sleep in a bed and then get out the hotel room and sit by a campfire and drink coffee and cook bacon on a campfire, that'll be good. Actually, I've been thinking about setting my truck up to sleep, and I think that would be a good deal. I could probably do that.
Yeah, you can make the back of one of them pretty comfortable.
Yeah, I got a big old mega cab. I can probably fit in the back.
Heck yeah. Tim Molina, Real and Virtual Outdoors.
Cody, been there, done that, buddy. How you doing? He says, our trips consist of sleeping in the truck for 2-3 days straight. No.
John says, that's what happens when you get old, Mark.
Truth.
It is. Cody Robinson says our trips consist of sleeping in the truck, sometimes for 2 or 3 nights at a time. That's great, but I got to have a camping area where I can park the truck, not necessarily for the electricity, but for the toiletry and the showers. That would be awesome. But we done that a long time ago, but not recently. It's just hard to get in and out of trucks and stuff anymore. In the back, come to Wheeler Lake and stay in cabins. I've done that many times. They're very economical and pretty comfortable. They have warm heat in the winter, and I've been there when it was below zero. And they have air conditioning in the summer, and the air conditioners has always worked for me. They got hot showers, and you can cook. They got all the utensils there. You can cook up your stuff. You don't have to go out and eat every meal, which is a great savings in itself. And fairly comfortable beds. They're not the Hilton, but they're not bad for the price. Enjoy staying in them cabins down there. I'm not doing the kind of camping you do, Matt.
Yeah, Matt, I did that when I was young. I used to do it once a month when I was a young man. I'm done. I used all that dance card up.
We're done. He stays in some pretty.
I got pictures.
Stuff, yeah. Frank says he's got queen size memory foam. I don't know where it went. No, there it is. Auto adjust airbeds. Man.
Yeah, Fat Boy Ark says glamping is great. Don't tell my wife about glamping. She says she'd go if she could do that. What's going on, Uncle Lou?
I don't even know what that is. Never even heard it before.
It's glamour camping. I guess they call it glamping.
Yeah, I ain't doing none of that. I'm about as glamorous. This is what you're going to get. It's kind of the finished product right here, folks.
You're glamorous enough for everybody, Lyle.
I think so. Chris Davis, thanks for joining us tonight. Maurice Kaysen was worried about you, sir. We didn't know if he's going to make it in here or not.
I wasn't worried about you, but I knew you'd be here. Lyle worries about everybody.
I do. It just we are so excited to have 800 or near 800 subscribers, and everybody been with us for over a year doing something. And now it's showing us at 798 that we didn't know. We had no idea when we started this, Mark, if this was going to work or not. We thought it would. And it's been a blast, and I hope it'll last forever. But when you start these, you don't know, and you don't know how many people's going to watch you. And I see these new shows. I watched a couple of them this evening. some of the newer people that's starting out, and they're getting 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16, 20 people watching them, and you think, man, these guys are pretty good. How come they don't have it? And you think back when you started, and for weeks you had four. Back when I started,
even months. It took me forever to get over like 20 people in my live
yeah, you
stream.
just didn't get nobody. And of course, when I started it, nobody was doing it, and it was really, really hard um, to understand how it was going to change. We had no idea in those days that it was going to turn into what it is now. Um, when we started Catfish Weekly, we was the only show like this that was on that talked about fishing that any of us knew about. And if there was any more of them, especially about catfish, we didn't know anything about it. And I kept the reason that we started Panfish Nation was because I got to noticing how many more people put up pan fishing videos and how many more watches they got than catfish videos. And that was the whole idea behind it. And nobody loves to catch bluegill more than me. I really do enjoy that. And I know you're wild about crappie. And I've caught a lot of
I
crappie.
love catching bluegills when I need bait, Lyle. Ain't no lie. If I
Yeah,
get bluegills, I get excited, definitely. But
hey, there's Kenneth with Take Down Catfishes has joined us.
what's up, Kenneth? Kenneth started doing Kenneth started doing the weekend shift in place of hog leg, and he does a great job. Hopefully, he'll keep going forward with that. So
we got Chad Nolte in here, and Linda Cox, and Parker Pursuits, and Captain Greg with Catfish Stalker Outdoors, Half Century Catfishing. They're still coming in. There's Stonefly. Man, we're glad to see all of you in here.
There's Chad. What's going on, Fields to Water? V3 Customs. What's going on, Van? How you doing? For those of you coming in late, Lyle's trying to get us to 800 today. He'd love to see that happen. So if you're not subbed, please give us a sub. We'd appreciate it. We appreciate you being here. Help support the efforts. This is a labor of love for us. We really like hanging out with you guys on Thursday nights. It's by getting us some subs. Share the links out. Do anything you can. Give us a thumbs up while you're at it, too. I don't see why we couldn't get some more thumbs up in here.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. You know, Mark, I'd like to visit with you about something tonight if you want. We just got 2 new subscribers. I would like to talk about the difference that we're going to go through with the springtime changes coming in with the fish in your area.
Water temp. I'm waiting on water temp. I'm waiting on the bites already changed over from feeding on larvae and stuff that the winter bite, the ice bite or the ice fishing bite happens to switching over to some more feeder fish. I saw a huge. I went out today to check my spot. We're in the right smack dab in the middle of a cold front. I got one to bite yesterday, one to bite today. I did see a whole school of shad, but they were moving fast, and I'm thinking that the crappie are just still a couple of degrees shy of speeding up and chasing them. So I'm hoping we get that. It doesn't look like we're going to get that in the next few days, but as soon as we do, a couple days of sun will warm it up, and we'll get on them. Now, as far as the bluegills go, I'm waiting on them to get a little more shallow and such. I can get on them a little bit with drop shot like you do and that, but I haven't really put any effort into them. I've been trying to get on that crappie bite. I'm about three limits away from switching it up into a catfish mode. I want to get the freezer stocked with some crappie fillets and stuff, and then we'll go from there. But I'm looking forward to for them to turn on. Hopefully it will. And then, in comes the weeds. You know how that goes. The vegetation starts growing once they get some sun and so on, and things will come to life. So they're looking for oxygen. I know that is a fact.
Yeah, I know a lot of the guys around here in my area are catching a lot of crappie. I'm not hearing about very many bluegill, but they're catching good-sized crappie and good numbers. Dennis Lawrenson, the guy we had on our show a couple of times, he had a couple of videos out where they caught some really nice crappie up at Mark Twain Lake. That's north of me quite a little ways, but the guys at Lake Ozark, Truman, Palm de Terre, they're catching lots of fish and lots of numbers, but I'm not hearing anything much about bluegill yet, but that'll come.
You know, right?
No. as much as I appreciate the thought, I can't do that.
I just talked right before the show. I was talking to Violet, and she got on a private lake, and she got on a few real nice crappie, but she got on more bluegill than anything. So they're in the channels here. She says she's finding them in the deep channels. So they still haven't come up into the shallows. So, and she was chasing them obviously with her boat.
Yeah.
So it was a little easier to find them, but they're by no means anywhere near public areas and stuff.
Right.
It's not that I can fish without my boat. So
I can't wait to get on them this year. It's going to be a blast. Welcome, Carmel Muncie, Epic Catfishing, Justin's Fishing Fetish, Quiet Man Curtis. Some of them may have been said already. I don't remember.
D.
And D, another daughter member, James Albaugh.
What's going on, James? Stonefly in the house?
I'm way behind. Matt says, big bluegills down here. I've been hearing off and on. Okay. That's better than what I've been hearing. Patriot James says the dogwoods are starting to bloom, so the crappie are headed to the beds. I've heard that my whole life.
I heard him mention that yesterday on his show, and I look for the daffodils in our garden. Once they start popping is when it is, and they've yet to pop out of the ground. So I got lucky when I hit that one limit. I don't know how the heck I did, but I can tell you one thing for sure: not one of those fish that I filleted had any shad or even shiners in their belly. We got small shiners in that lake. So
you know what they say about catfish? When the Easter lilies start blooming, they're getting close. And I find that wrong, but I've heard that's another thing that I've heard my entire life, but I find it wrong. There's Uncle Lou.
It's canonical. I read an article. Actually, I got halfway through the article last night after I'd headed to bed, I was reading it, and they were talking about, I believe in the state of Vermont, that they're considering making the sale of crappie legal.
Really?
Yeah.
I hope they do not do that.
Yeah, there's all sorts of people fighting. It doesn't look like it's going to happen, but they do allow the sale of walleye and perch in almost all the states where they're available with commercial licenses. So hopefully that won't happen.
There is my buddy Josh, the weekend angler. Says it won't be long till the bluegills are coming up around here. I'm anxious for that, Josh. For those that don't know, Josh has a little tackle company, and if he dropped the link to that in here, it would be great. It is on eBay, and he sells hooks and rigs and different things. And I had the pleasure of using some of the 7/0 small hooks that he has last weekend. They are extremely sharp, and the hookup ratio for us with those hooks in that one day I used them was 100%. I did have one that didn't button up on some of my stuff, but on the hooks that Josh had, they worked out really, really well. So if you guys get a chance, if you'll post that up of how to find it, that would just be awesome. And you guys can go over and take a look. I think something you'll be happy with.
Stonefly brings up something that's interesting that we talked to Babe Winkleman about up in Minnesota. They used to do the same thing, not only with perch, but with smallmouth too. He says, I heard up in Maine, they throw yellow perch over the bank as they think they are junk fish.
We done that around here. I mentioned that before with some stuff. Guard.
That whole state is pretty much into the salmonoid family. If anything, they're chasing, trout and salmon and stuff up that way. So
yeah,
there's quite the divide between those kind of anglers.
But it's a different type of thing. As I was a kid growing up, of what we did then and what we do now. I have for years been a big catfish CPR guy, and I love the taste of flathead catfish, but I can't kill one anymore. I can't. They're so beautiful, and I know what the resource is and how important it is to everyone. But my God, they're the best eating of all of them. They really are. But I like the others too. But I can't. I've never got to catch a perch. So to me, that's a trophy. If I get to catch one, that would be a trophy. And you can't throw trophy fish up on the bank. You just can't
They're,
do it. And
they're,
we learned better as we got older, you know.
they're getting on them this past week on the Calumet River. Frank would probably know more about that than I would, but I've seen some pictures of some pretty big jumbos come out of that Cal River this week.
Oh man, I the thing that I have to go back to is our grandfathers and their fathers and stuff. When they fished to feed their family. And if it wasn't something that was edible, it was a junk fish, and they throwed it up there on the and that fool with it again. The only explanation that I can give for the way people learned to fish in 40, 50, 60 years ago. But as time goes on, we wised up and we learned how wrong that was, and we changed for the better. One of the few things that has changed for the better over the years that I can honestly say. Perch are great live bait.
I don't doubt that.
Are they legal?
Pretty much food fish for the rest of them. We pulled up a walleye with another walleye in its mouth. I mean, fish are cannibals. Perch are that perfect size where any other fish in that waterway usually feeds on perch. I don't see why it wouldn't be just as tasty on a hook to them as it is to us in a pan. So,
are they legal for bait?
No, game fish are not legal, I don't believe.
And
There's stipulations. There's always a way around it. Like if there's no limit, whether it's bag or creel or size limit, you might be able to get away with it depending on the DNR officer. But I usually, right there it says they are never legal, Lyle. There you go.
I didn't know. I've never caught a perch. I am really, really wanting to. I hope we make that happen here in a couple months.
It's like crappie. People will say crappie's great bait for catfish, and I don't doubt that. I would not know that it is, but if you're on a body of water here where there is no, like, let's say the river, there's no creel or size limit on the river, you could probably get away with using them for live bait. And people argue that fact all the time. I just don't want to go out. I don't have the time and the effort to fight that battle with some DNR officer that has a problem with me. So
I don't want to get into it, especially out of state. And I know we have them here, James. Dockery has told me that there is yellow perch in Missouri, but I've not ever caught one. At some point, I hope to, but I know Dieter and James Smith and all the guys out east that fish certain areas. They can use bass and white perch and crappie, all kinds of stuff for bait. And I don't understand why these states can't get together and say, okay, we're going to make all these fish game fish, and you can't use them for bait nationwide. And why they don't say, okay, this is a trash fish, this is a trash fish, this is a trash fish, and you can use them for bait and catch them in this amount of numbers nationwide. And they could do that if they would sit down, firmly pull their head out of their ass and get together and make these rules work. It's not a big a deal. But they don't want
to. Tacker would know if they're legal in Kentucky. How you doing? Figure a bait shop would definitely know.
Eric says, come to Hoover Reservoir in Ohio. I would love to go over there. I heard so many stories about that place.
Yeah, we have yellow perch up here on the chain, and they're considered a nuisance fish. When the ice fishing guys get on them, Lyle, they fill their sleds up with them and have a big old fish fry. I guess they taste okay. They don't taste as good as other fish, but they pull them off that lake and by the sled full.
James Allball says they're not really that plentiful over in Colorado, but you got elk and mule deer.
No kidding.
I've chased those over there too, and that was a blast, man. Creole Catfishing has joined us. I gotta say, I really enjoyed him and Laura the other night on the Muskrat Show. Laura kind of butchered him a little bit, but he's a tough guy. He can handle it. But it was very entertaining show. I thought they'd done a great job.
I agree. I listened to it on the way home from doing a little bit of fishing, and then once I got home, I enjoyed the end of it with them. It was a good time, definitely.
Absolutely. Laura's so funny. Uncle Lou says yellow perch are delicious. I keep hearing that, Lee. I keep hearing that. I got to find out for myself.
I can catch yellow perch on the smaller bodies of water here, but they're smaller in numbers. You got to get into a bigger size body of water. Why that is, I don't exactly know. Probably because they do better in depths. I know up in Mendota that they're catching them all winter long in like 80 feet of water. When they pull them up, they're dead. So they've actually a couple of like lake specific methods that they use, everything from having a weight that's about 10 to 12 inches long, so the baits don't get tangled up going down, to being able to use their electronics to be able to pick the big ones out what they want. Because by the time they got a limit, I'm not sure, I think it's 25. By the time they get them to the surface, they're dead. They got to keep whatever they can.
Ain't nothing to do about that, I don't think.
Yeah, if they get like a 4-inch perch, they don't want to waste their time with it, so they're getting pretty good at it.
Sean, thank you for joining us. It's okay that you're late. We're just glad that you're here. Stonefly has joined us. I think you mentioned it, but Danny Stone Outdoors is in here.
We got Danny in here. We got Freddie in here. Creole in here.
Sunfish Assassin. Real and Virtual Outdoors.
I think Brian B was in here too for a little while. We got all 4 of the 1v1 competitors, the final 4 in the house.
There's something else I want to talk about.
Here we go.
It's not the 1 versus 1. I'm out of that, so it's dead to me now. Not true. I'll be ready to go come Saturday morning. What I would like, you have another tournament coming up.
I do. I'm doing a Size Matters crappie tournament. I actually made the email, and I got everything, the email address, and I got the I started getting some of the some of the back end stuff I need to get ready to run that 1-day tournament. It might go to 2 if we get a whole bunch of interest, but I've been getting a lot of messages. So I'm thinking it's going to be a pretty cool deal. I'm going to announce it on Saturday, the email address to get entered into the randomizer. I know you guys, you either love it when you get picked or you hate it when you don't.
Hey, if you get picked, you're in.
Well, this one's going to be a little different. It's going to be, you get picked, you're in. There's no calling out, any of that stuff like that. That's for the 1v1 catfishing part of it. But I'm looking forward to getting that started and making that announcement on Saturday. That's going to be April 23rd. We're going to go with a 9-inch minimum, I think. I'm still debating on whether or not up to 10 inches. I'm going to take a look at how many people get entered in. I don't know if that's fair to do, but I mean, I got a lot of things to think about, Lyle. I know I had talked to a few of you guys and a couple other people, and they seem to think that people want to see more fish than bigger fish. So I don't know how true that is, but we'll see.
The squirrel says, "Not the wheel, please."
Got offers of people tried to bribe me with bacon today, Lyle. They really did. I swear to God.
I thought it'd work. I'd send you a couple of pounds.
And it wasn't you. It was more than just you.
I'm sure my Greenville will get in on that too. Oh, mercy. Sean says he boats for 10-inch. The only problem with 10-inch is you will restrict a lot of people that doesn't have 10-inch crappie in abundance in their area. That's the only thing. Not that there's not some in there, but there's other places where you catch 10 inches.
But then you got individuals that got 9 inches up the yin yang, and they're going to like destroy everybody else. That's not that's not fair either. This isn't a money tournament.
It's fun. It's supposed to be about fun.
Yeah, this is the first one this year, so I'm trying to figure out what's going to be best for both the angler and the viewer. If I get a bunch of people that have a terrible time during the tournament, they're not going to come back the next year. If I have a bunch of people in chat that don't enjoy the show, they're not going to come back to watch next year either. So
Down East Tackle has joined us. Big Skip. It's hard to understand, and what people need to look at is you need to do 2 or 3 of these to figure out what works and what don't. And that's how you make them better. If you make a mistake on one, you change it, make it better the next time. If you find something that really works, oh my God, we got to do that again.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Chad also has some tournaments coming up. Isn't that correct?
Mm. He's got a bumping for biggins. Gee, I wonder if Mike Greenwell will be in there.
I'm pretty sure he is. I've already talked to him about that.
What's up, Eric P?
I'm sure he will. That'd be a fun tournament. But he's got some others too. I'm trying to remember them all, but I'm having trouble with them. Lost chat for a minute. We better go find it.
It's been good here, James. You sure you didn't black out, buddy?
Yeah.
You know, at your age, you can fall asleep every now and then, bud.
Just a reminder, when we started the show, I mentioned that we was a few subs away from 800. We are at 798. So if you could share this out to your buds, we are 2 away from 800. I'd like to see 800 as soon as we can get it, because that just means that we're only 200 subscribers away from the coveted 1,000 that we are all looking for. And we have 79 people watching right now, and number was a little higher a while ago, 81 now, and we got 71 thumbs up. That's a big number, Mark.
72 on my end here.
Cool. 80. It changed. It changed after I said that, of course. It makes me look like a dummy, but I'm used to it.
Hey, there's Real and Virtual Outdoors. What's going on, Troy? Sean Chili. What's going on, Sean? Mr. Gadget Fishing.
Creole says, I'm in bumping for biggins.
So did that.
Funny name. You can take that a couple of ways.
Wait, he said, I'm not in any bumping tournaments.
I know that Creole's going to be in there. He'll be a force to deal with in that tournament.
Have a good night, Chad.
Absolutely. But yeah, that ought to be a fun tournament. But doesn't Chad have a panfish type?
He does Stab Masters. I think it's towards the end of the year in the fall, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, I thought he did. Looky there, James Dockery Fishing. If you haven't subbed to James Dockery Fishing, please run over to his YouTube channel and sub to him. We're trying to get him to 500. And he's not that far away, is he, Mark?
No, I don't think so. Let me take a look at my counter here. Last check, he was at 418. Let's not worry about James today. We want to get you up to 500, and then we can worry about James.
I hate to not take care of my buddy James.
I wonder if you got that community tab. Let me go over there and take a look real quick, because if you got that community tab, you can spam James's link all over it.
Oh, I will. I've got it.
Yeah, you do have the community tab. Look at you go.
Yeah, I've been using it. James, to say the least, has been catching a lot of fish. And a lot
Can
of
you imagine if he doesn't get picked on the Wheel of Misfortune for the Size Matters tournament?
Yeah. I can't imagine that. But he got outfished the other day by Katie. That was funny. She had her limit double time fast compared to what he did. That's amazing.
I'm just getting words from James Dockery in message.
Really? Any emojis in that?
No, he just didn't even bother. He just spelled it out. He didn't want to look for the emojis, I think.
Oh, I think that he's probably saying.
Yeah, and Dockery did say this Clements Fishing Barge. He went to let us know too.
I figured he was.
I learned a long time ago not to look at messages during the shows.
Even if it's James and Chad?
Especially if it's James.
And Betty?
Betty, I'll look at.
You don't think she'll give you the emojis, huh?
She from time to time, not like those two. Those two are just bullies.
They are. Man, some of the pictures Chad sent me.
Easy, Lyle. Don't say it.
Oh, I don't even want to say that woman's name. My God, she's horrible.
Family show. Don't start.
Oh, mercy.
I'm here to keep you under control. At least that's what they tell me, but I can't. I try.
I know.
So what's going on, Jesse?
Josh says James won't be too disappointed. He's used to being cut off at theme parks and stuff.
I think he's talking about you need to be this tall to ride this ride.
We might have to put a rule in there about that. If you can't touch the top of your rod. What are you doing with your head? Then you can't.
Look at that.
Get down. You got your love, but get down.
She's telling you that this is a favorite show you do.
She's getting worse about it.
Chris
Outdoor
Davis.
Addiction, Mike Irwin. What's that, Mark?
I want to thank you, Chris Davis, for helping us make James Dockery's evening.
Absolutely. We appreciate it. He might say that he don't, but Mark and I really do.
There's Parker Pursuits in the house.
He had a rough weekend this weekend, but it's not that he can't catch the fish because he can put them in there.
I couldn't tell this weekend. Yeah, he was kind of mean to me the other day. So
was he? Oh,
he might have said something in Chad's chat.
oh, well, I must have missed it. But then again, I've tied jigs while Chad's on a lot of times. And listen, I just listen.
Speaking of jigs, Lyle.
Sure.
Panfish Nation Jigs and Flies on Facebook. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I had so many people wanting to know about building them and buying them and different things. So we just started that up and put it on there. And if you're interested in buying them, you can purchase them. Just leave a message on there and we'll set them up there. We've actually come down on the price of some of them because I felt that it was too much for what we was doing. Things are hard to get for tying right now. You can get stuff, but you really got to look for it. A lot of the Chanel's hard to get and different things like that. But we're making them. We're selling a few. And we're going to start putting videos back up again to tell people how to build them so they don't have to purchase them. If they want to make them themselves, we're going to show you how to do it. And, of course, we got to get back to the Saturday night jig tying. I know that Eric Massey wants to come in and join us, and so does Justin's Fishing Fetish, and Kim Burnett wants to join us doing that. Everybody has fun doing it, and we just get together and tie jigs and show people how to do it, and we can take turns doing variations and different things. And I'm not sure if we'll do it on. I'm guessing we'll do it on Panfish Nation because the jig tying stuff is not that well known yet. But we did gain a whole bunch of people when I started putting pictures up of jigs. We gained a lot of people pretty quick. So I'll wait a little bit. I've got some more to put up. I got some that we've done today. I have some like this that are orange bodies, but I'm thinking these bad boys are going to be, if I get it straight out here, I think them will be really good bluegill jigs. And I got some that's got orange bodies on them and green bodies and different things. And one of the things I wanted to mention is we do a couple of different collections that we sell in boxes to people. And those change throughout the year as the times change and the fish start biting different colors or different styles. Those will change. So there's going to be several collections throughout the year.
What collection do you have now? I need you to say it because she's probably
the Tall Betties, and we got the Lyle Stokes collection. And I've asked James to put together one, but you know how James is. He just drags his butt around. But if
you're like little tube jigs, it'll be nothing but all the same little tube jigs.
Probably for him. I sent him a link to a guy today that sent me a message for look at his stuff. He had 1/2 inch bodies.
Half inch.
1/2 inch. You know, the ones that I got that I showed everybody the other day from Bacon's, Leslie Bacon's, our guest last week.
Yeah.
These little dudes, these are 1 inch. The guy that I seen today on his page, and I'm sorry, I can't remember them all, but he sent me a link, and he has 1/2 inch bodies. James, he's wild about something like that. But Leslie we had a great show with Leslie last weekend. She's got some really good baits. And then we got the Crappie Zillas, man. I love them. These babies are hot. Hot for plastics. They're really good.
I had one on a hook today.
How'd it work?
They weren't biting today. I threw everything at them today and yesterday. Water's still ice cold, or it's still real cold.
Hooks and crossing eyes. He lives up there by you.
Yeah, he does. He's been on the catfish bite. I'm not quite sure.
Cool. Ronnie Moore's joined us. Chris Davis. I think that I think this is going to be a great spring to go catch a lot of panfish. I think the crappie spawn is going to be amazing, and the bluegill spawn also. Um, check messages.
It's been on the channels. I saw Jonathan get on them live the other day, so the bite's hot. Cody said they were hot too.
We have a message from my buddy James at Patriot Catfishers of America. If we hit 800 subscribers tonight during our show, he'll give us a set of these, first set of the extra small floats away. They are not even being sold yet. They're about the size of your hand. Let me see if I can share this.
Dockery's hand or my hand, James?
Patriot James's hand.
Oh.
Let me see if I can share this image. And then you guys can.
Careful, Lyle.
Pardon me?
Careful, Lyle.
I am. How about that? Is that careful?
Let me see. Let me take a look. Yes, you are. Pretty cool stuff.
That is pretty cool looking bobber, James. We just need 2 subscribers, and James Smith will give away a couple of those. And that's just pretty cool. Thank you, James. Thank you so much. So, yeah, if you haven't subscribed yet, you want to get a chance to win a couple of the brand new floats that James has out that are not even available to the public yet. We need 2 more subscribers to make 800 before the show ends. 798 is where we're at. And I'm reloading it right now, and it's still there. So
I just did myself.
Thank you, James, for that. If we get them, I will let you know. Somebody will let you know because they're going to want them if they get them. But they're about the size of your hand. If you set them up here, they're smaller. Man, them's going to be really nice. They are nice.
I definitely like them. That's perfect size.
Yeah, I think so too. Man, it'd be great for channel cat. Hell, might even use them for crappie at night. They wouldn't have to take them under. All they'd have to do is move them sideways. That'd be amazing. Yeah. I think he's on to something.
See if we can get those 2 squeeze out. I got the giveaway tool loaded just in case.
Okay.
Just in case.
We'll give everybody a little bit of time. Maybe we can get those other 2. We haven't got them yet, but we're only 2 away.
Look at this. Frank says, my wife subbed. Yeah, get your kids and stuff to sub. Do I need to call my elderly parents, get them to sub here? Come on, people. You can do good.
Yeah. 2 Stands Fishing has joined us. Muddy Water we've already talked about.
Donnie Shackle in the house.
Ronnie Moore. Yeah, we're, 2 people. It's not that many. My wife said. Funny, Frank.
I think he's serious.
Oh, he probably is. I'm sure he is. No question about it. We had Frank on our show too. Whoop. $7.99. We're 1 away now.
There we go.
You do it. Frank, we had a great show with Frank. Very informative. He fishes a lot of small waters ways over in his area, and that was a great show. Northeast Kansas fisherman has joined us. Half Century Catfish. People just keep coming in. I'm so glad of that. We're at 70 right now. Should have set 800 now. Well, let me check. I will be glad to do that. We just made 800. Thank you,
awesome.
Skip. Thank you so much.
It does show 798 in YouTube, but you're looking at studio, so yours will probably.
Studio. It should be live on studio. It's also showing us we've had 221 people watch the show so far tonight. So, yeah.
You know what that means, right, Lyle?
What's that, buddy?
That means Patriot James has got to send out some floats by the end of the show.
He does. He does.
He's a good dude. He always steps up when it comes to any of that stuff.
Well,
Oh, wait, I already put that in there. I didn't mean to put that in there right away.
James always does that. He always has been good about helping us out on Catfish Weekly and Panfish Nation, and we appreciate it so much. He's a great guy and does wonderful things for our sport. And if you get a chance, go check out them Patriot James floats. You'll be impressed with them, as I am.
I'm going to get the link right now.
Thank you, Travis Young. Thank you so much. And thank you, James. Thanks again.
Mm-hmm.
And Thompson. Great to see you in here.
If Chad's still around, he could probably share that link out for us. If
Chad,
you would be so kind.
is he around?
I don't know. He we'll talk later.
Okay.
Don't worry, Chad. I got it. There we go. Right there, guys. Check out Patriot James Custom Floats on Facebook. And when you do, make sure you at least you give this page a like. It'll help him in the searches more on Facebook when people look up fishing floats.
Every time I see Super Dave 336 in our chat, it makes me think that later tonight you will be able to, or last night, you could have watched the guys talk about crappie over there on SK's Crappie Kitchen Adventures, and they have a great show every Wednesday night.
I jumped the gun and accidentally shared that screen out. Look at everybody in there. They got floats on the brain.
Yep, it's going to go. There ain't no question about it. No doubt about it.
Angler DeVille in the house. Mr. Gadget, in case I didn't say hello to you, I'm saying hello to you now.
Now we're showing 802. Brad Caudell, Joe Buck 66.
What's up, Brad?
Jimmy Graham. Man, it's great to see all you folks in here. We understand that there's other things you could be doing besides listening to Mark and I on a Thursday evening.
Nonsense. Nothing better. There, I said it, folks. Might as well share it out again so the people that didn't see it. If you want to be entered in to win some of the new, be the first person on your block to get a set of the new.
That is correct.
James floats. Enter in hashtag floats.
They are awesome floats. You'll love them, I promise. I'm going to be probably doing some video work of using those floats later on this year.
I have one I need to finish editing, almost finished. I was going to use some of it for TikToks, but I think I got how to rig them the way I rig them using a knocker rig. I think I'm definitely going to get that posted up here in the next week or two.
That'll be interesting. I can't wait to see that.
But
thank you, Stan. We
fishing
appreciate
gets in the way, Lyle.
Pardon me?
Fishing gets in the way of YouTube.
Well, it really does, but it's a great way to share what you do with other people. It really is. So, Muddy Water Bait and Tackle says we will be making an announcement tomorrow on Facebook about new crappie baits from a local maker. Looking forward to that. That's great news. Oh, and you was talking about the flies and jigs ago. We're probably going to have plastic baits on there for sale also.
Awesome.
From a couple of different people. So I'll keep everybody posted as that progresses. Some of them don't want you to resell their stuff, and I won't do that without asking. But it'll be worth the money. All about saving people money. Oh, Dee has got into the drawing. That might be bad for everyone else because she's very, very lucky.
Dee, when's the last one you won?
She hadn't won one real recent. I can remember a time though, Mark.
Sandy hot on the.
Dee and Betty won everything.
Yeah, pretty much.
They was just killing it.
Thank you, Stan. Stan says, y'all did a great job with Don R. On his first live the other day. Thank you,
Thank you,
Stan.
sir. Appreciate that.
No, that bucket hat's different, Chris. I don't mean to hijack the show. In order to get a catfish and crappie beanie or a trucker hat, you got to email me, mark@catfishandcrappie.com. I only sell them there because they come through me. Everything else is drop shipped through that other site. So,
And I promise you, those beanies are special. I can't really wear them inside the house. I have to be outside because they're warm enough that I sweat real bad with them on. Good night, Dave.
Good night.
Cindy loves hers, and it's a pink one. They're amazing. They're really nice. So we're not done with cold weather yet. So if you guys think that you can use one, by all means, jump over on Mark's page and grab them up before he runs out.
Email me for the beanies.
Okay.
All of the merch is through the merch site. So,
But they're very, very nice. And you're on a limited supply of those, correct?
yeah, I only have a few left. I don't have very many left.
Yeah. I thought that was the case. I thought we'd talked about that. But yeah, they are exceptional. I can't even wear them in a truck.
Well, you're hot headed. That's something totally
That's
else.
what Cindy said. You've been talking to her.
There we go. There's another testimonial right there.
There you go. They're awesome. They look cool too. They really do. No Gmail.
Should I drop a little? No, I'm not. I was going to tease everybody with something, but we're not going to do that.
Okay.
No, I ain't even going to tell you about this one.
Okay.
Hey, Linda, how are you?
We're up to 8:03 now. Thank you folks so much.
Hey, there's A1 Fishing Family in the house. What's going on? Why don't we highlight this one more time, Lyle, right
Sure.
there? From Paper James, the new floats, limited edition. No, I don't think they're limited, but they're new production. Be the first on your block to get the little small ones.
Yeah, they're not even out yet. Yeah, I don't think he's told anybody about them until tonight. So I want to thank Patriot James again for that. And like I say, if you guys are in the market for floats, go check them out. Patriot James floats. I promise you're going to like them. They're great. They're very bright lighted, different than most any you've ever seen, and they last for a long, long time. James Allball says, I'm already subbed. Linda Cox.
We got 69 people watching. We got 45 entered. Let me see how many are actually in chat here. Usually the people in chat are quick to enter. Sometimes the people that are just watching on their big screen TVs and stuff.
Takes them a little while.
Or they have a bunch of them. That usually is fact. I think we're pretty close to having most of the people. So I'll run that whenever you're ready, Lyle. You just tell me. There's Air Run in the house. What's up, Air Run? Getting in under the gun.
Paul Bird. I would say let her rip, big boy.
All right, let's get this up here so we're not accused of showing every favorites. Because that's the one time D would win when it was off screen by accident.
James says, nope, it's not going to be a while before they will be out. Travis Young. Now, Travis, congratulations. And the way that you get these bobbers is you contact James Smith, Patriot James, on Messenger. Just send him a message, and he will hook you up.
James, I'm going to get the link out there now.
Okay.
Oh, I made the mistake of opening a Messenger, and there's a bunch of emojis for one of us. I didn't look to see who it was for.
I can't imagine it would be for me.
I have no idea what that's about.
James Smith, thank you so much for donating those. We appreciate it. He's got a picture of them all packaged up and ready to go already. They look amazing. These will not be sold. Extra small floats. They were not going to be sold, is what the message says.
Oh, cool.
Packaged up, ready to go for Travis.
Paul Boyd. I don't think I said hello to him.
Oh my. I see those emojis. There's tons of them, and it says, just in case Lyle shares the screen again.
Yeah.
Huh.
So they're not for me.
No, that was for me.
Travis Young, congratulations. I posted the link. Everybody go check Patriots Custom Floats out. Give his page a like. If not, place some more. If you're not placing an order, at least give his page a like and help him out that way.
Absolutely.
He's a great supporter of everybody. His show's on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Check him out. He's been having some more and more guests. He's having some good content out there, so check him out.
That is a fact. Anything else going on, Mark, that we need to go on?
No, just 1 versus 1, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, 9 p.m. on the East Coast on the Catfish and Crappie YouTube channel. I'm going to be announcing the email to get your name entered in for the selection pool for the Size Matters Crappie Tournament, as well as having a great day of fishing between the final four. We're really looking forward to having them on there. We got newcomers Freddie and Danny Stone that both made it to the final four, and we also got Brian B and Creole Catfishing. They're the survivors, man. They made it again to the final four. Can they make it to the final, to the championship against one another? We're going to find out. We got Freddie versus what is it? We got Freddie versus versus Brian, and Creole versus Danny Stone. It should be a good day of fishing.
There's one other thing that I want to mention that I and this does no good for me whatsoever, but I was listening to Chad's show a while ago, and they was talking about keeping track of days you're out fishing, keeping a log of what happens. And I think that is an extremely great idea. I wish I'd have thought of that doing it 40 years ago. And this is the best way that I can find to keep track of it. This is a book from Catfish Sumo, Heavyweight Champions Fishing Trip Logbook. It's not just for catfishing. You can put any kind of stuff in there. It's got all kinds of information on both pages, so you can learn a lot of stuff and retain it. They're for sale on their website. It's the best one that I've seen so far. When I first started doing this, I would keep track of them on some pages that I got in a notebook that you could go out and copy off of the internet, but they was not as near as good and as much information as on that. They don't sponsor me in any way. They have been on our show as a guest, and I was so impressed with that book when I ordered it. It does me a lot of good to go back and do that. So from here on out, we're going to be keeping track of what goes on, especially in our local lakes, because that's where you go and fish most of the time. And I think that people that would do that would be well benefit from it. There's Kelly. You're just about missed us, Kelly. But that's the only thing I've got, other than we'll be back next Thursday night and on Catfish Weekly Monday night. Let me pull this up. I want to get it right. Tara Lindsay will be our guest, I'm sure. Yep, Tara Lindsay's going to be the guest on Catfish Weekly, and she asked if we bring Luke Hinges in with us. So I haven't talked to Luke yet, but I'll be getting a hold of him in the next day or two, so be sure to tune in for them. Please remember and keep in your thoughts and prayers Mr. John Parker. He's in the hospital. Hopefully he'll be getting things lined out and get out.
He's home. We've seen him.
Oh, he is home? Okay, I hadn't heard. So good. Not sure what's going on with him, but we want to make sure of keep Mr. Parker in your thoughts and prayers. He's a great guy. Does a lot of wonderful things for a lot of people. Stan says, without a doubt, keep a log. I'm amazed at how things are lining up from previous years, weather conditions, water conditions, and etc. It's unbelievable. That's I like I say, if I'd have started doing that 40 years ago, I would have had all kinds of information I could have went back to in different places all over that we fish. So, yeah. Amy Evans says, thank you. I was going to message you and ask about your book after the show, and then you showed it. Well, Amy, I hope give them a shout. And there may be better ones out there. I've often thought about making an app for phones to do what I would consider important information, but I just don't know enough about that. But somebody eventually will come up with a good one, because there's been some out that didn't last very long, but they wasn't very good.
Cool. And Lyle, before we go, I want to give you some good news right now.
Okay.
Probably a good way to end the night. I just saw that YouTube updated it. It says Panfish Nation is at 800 subscribers officially on the feed for today's show. So congratulations, bud.
Thank you. And a lot of this is from your help and everything you do to help make this show what it is. So that 800 is for both of us, and it's been a lot of fun. We just got 200 more to go to get to 1,000. So
we'll get there. And you guys did it in chat. They're the ones that did it. All the people that are viewers and the fans and stuff. Thank you to all of you guys.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for watching us tonight. Be sure to tune in next Thursday night at 8 Central Time, right after the Big Shop and Chad and Freddie. See you then.
Have a good night.